The Second Battle of Tumbleton is one of the most dramatic and pivotal engagements during the Dance of the Dragons, the civil war between the Targaryen factions known as the Blacks and the Greens. Taking place in the year 130 AC, this battle is notable for its sheer brutality, the involvement of dragons, and the significant turn of events that reshaped the course of the war. Tumbleton, a small but strategically important town in the Reach, had already seen conflict earlier in the war. The first battle saw the Greens capture the town, thanks in part to the betrayal of two dragonseeds, Hugh Hammer and Ulf White, who defected to the Greens with their dragons, Vermithor and Silverwing. The Blacks, led by Queen Rhaenyratargaryen, sought to reclaim Tumbleton and avenge their losses. The Blacks' army was commanded by Lord Roderick Dustin of Barrowton, known as Roddy the Ruin. His forces included northern lords, riverlords, and a host of sellswords and free riders. Notably, the Blacks also had dragonriders, although none as powerful as Vermithor or Silverwing. The Greens, entrenched in Tumbleton, were led by Lord Hightower's forces. Their strength was bolstered by the two dragons, Vermithor and Silverwing, which were now ridden by the dragonseeds Hugh Hammer and Ulf White. This gave the Greens a significant advantage in terms of aerial power. The Second Battle of Tumbleton began with a surprise attack by the Blacks. Lord Dustin's forces approached under the cover of darkness, intending to catch the Greens off guard. However, the Greens had fortified their position well, and the initial assault was met with fierce resistance. The battle quickly escalated into a chaotic and brutal melee. The Blacks' strategy relied heavily on overwhelming the Greens with sheer numbers and ferocity. Northern berserkers and riverland knights clashed with the well-armored soldiers of the Reach. The fighting was bloody, with heavy casualties on both sides. Dragons played a crucial role in the battle, as they had throughout the Dance of the Dragons. Vermithor, known as the Bronze Fury, was a massive and ancient dragon, one of the largest and most formidable in the Targaryen arsenal. Silverwing, while smaller, was still a powerful and fearsome creature. Hugh Hammer and Ulf White used their dragons to devastating effect, setting large parts of Tumbleton ablaze and causing chaos among the Blacks' ranks. However, the tide of the battle shifted when Tumbleton's townsfolk, driven by fear and desperation, began to fight back against the dragons. Armed with whatever weapons they could find, they attacked the dragons and their riders, creating confusion and panic. The turning point of the battle came when Ulf White, seeing the townsfolk rising against them and realizing the precariousness of their position, decided to switch sides again. He betrayed Hugh Hammer, attacking him and Vermithor with Silverwing. This betrayal caused a momentary lull in the dragonfire, allowing the Blacks to regroup and press their advantage. Hugh Hammer's death and Vermithor's eventual retreat or demise left the Greens demoralized and leaderless. Lord Dustin seized the opportunity to launch a decisive charge, breaking through the Greens' defenses and pushing them into a full retreat. The remaining Greens were either captured or fled, leaving Tumbleton in the hands of the Blacks. The Second Battle of Tumbleton was a Pyrrhic victory for the Blacks. While they managed to reclaim the town, the cost was enormous. The battle left Tumbleton in ruins, with much of the town burned and its population decimated. The death toll was staggering, and the surviving soldiers were exhausted and demoralized. The battle also had significant strategic implications. The Greens lost two key dragonriders, which weakened their aerial dominance. However, the Blacks' victory at Tumbleton did little to turn the overall tide of the war decisively. The Dance of the Dragons continued to rage on, with further battles and betrayals marking the path to its tragic conclusion. The Second Battle of Tumbleton is remembered as one of the bloodiest and most treacherous engagements of the Dance of the Dragons. It epitomized the destructive power of dragons and the shifting loyalties that characterized the Civil War. The battle also highlighted the devastating impact of the conflict on the common people, who suffered immensely as pawns in the Targaryen struggle for power. In the annals of Westerosi history, Tumbleton stands as a grim reminder of the costs of war and the fleeting nature of loyalty and honor in the face of ambition and survival. Thank you for watching Second Battle of Tumbleton's story. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more epic tales from the world of Westeros.